So I have an update on the most recent drama with Gorilla Tag. I made a video on this in Animal Company and I posted it, but Persona also made a video on this, and I hadn't watched Persona's video. I had watched somebody else's video. Let's go to Persona. That's not what I want. Here, wait. You recently watched is it should pop up. History. Little bit of short. So, liked videos should be on here. Wait, I guess I'll just go over here. So, here's the video that I
may have with that video. And I'm going to be answering tons of questions from you guys. So, let's get right into it. I saw the most common...
Okay, here. Let's turn this down a little bit.
Common thing you guys wanted me to talk about was the jaw clamps KID whole video.
Okay.
Alright guys, so basically,
let's react to
this is a follow-up video to my last video. If you've not watched that video, I recommend you 100% watch that before watching this one. This is to clear up any confusion people may have with that video. And I'm going to be answering tons of questions from you guys. So, let's get right into it. I saw the most common thing you guys wanted me to talk about was the jaw clamps KID whole video, which was also uploaded on the Gorilla Tag channel the same day. So, I'm going to talk about this. So, people are talking about how jaw clamps only mentioned you needed a email address. Now, yes, as you do need an email address, that is true. He did not say the full story. And you guys are coming to my comments saying I'm lying because jaw clamps said you only needed an email. No, he only didn't mention everything else. He only mentioned the email because he wasn't telling the full story. Now, you guys are going to go up with some serious trust issues if you believe everything anyone says online. So, let me tell you something. You guys don't believe that you need a credit card, and you guys have been saying I'm lying. Here's an official statement from Gorilla Tag themselves on their official website. There you go. The proof is right there, literally.
Okay, so let's read this. Question: why does KID ask for my parents' credit card? Can we use KID without a credit card? Answer: KID offers a few different parental verification methods, including credit card, to make sure the person granting consent is actually an adult. By the way, consent, if you don't know, it means approval. Depending on local law, parents or guardians may also have access to other methods like entering personal details or completing an ID or face scan. Somebody said IP when it meant ID. That's why I said IP in my video. But to clear that up, I meant ID. Now that I see it. And a facial scan, I don't see anything about driver's license, so it's just ID, credit card, and face scan, which is all not good. Credit card info is only used for verification and isn't stored in some locations. There might be a super tiny charge up to 50 cents, which gets refunded. If it takes a few days, don't worry. It depends on your bank.
There you go. The proof is right there, literally written. So, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. Okay, so I saw a lot of you guys talking about this. You guys are talking about how Discord is also implementing KID. Yes, that is true. Discord is implementing KID, but in a better way than Gorilla Tag is. So basically, Discord is making it to where you only use KID as if you are a new account or if you set your account to under the age of 13. That is perfect. That is great. But basically, Gorilla Tag is making it to where it is a must for every single account, while Discord is only making it for new accounts and therefore not old or already made accounts. So yes, while they're both implementing KID, Discord is a completely different situation than Gorilla.
Yeah, Discord, they're implementing it, but it's not bad, thankfully. So, Gorilla Tag, I mean, I think Gorilla Tag personally should take after Discord with what they're doing. And also, Gorilla Tag already monitors if you have a child account on your headset. Ask me how I know. So yeah, my friend has a child account. And yeah, it's great. Totally. Yeah. So, I mean, like I feel bad for Lemming. Not really, I don't. I feel bad for everybody in Gorilla Tag because player count's probably going to be about 5 people later on. So, yeah.
Gorilla Tag. So, Discord is not bad. They are implementing KID in a way that I think is fine. So,
Yeah,
that is the end of that. Now, I want to talk about something real quick. A lot of people have been saying in my comment section that they are going to switch games. While yes, switching games is amazing, like Yeeps or Animal Company.
Animal Company is massive. And you know what else is massive? Not the low taper fade meme anymore.
From what I've seen, that's amazing. If you want to keep your content flow going, yes, switch games. But I've been seeing a bunch of people say they're going to switch to Orion Drift. Okay, what I'm about to say next is not a fact, but is yet speculation. So, if you do not know, Orion Drift is owned by another Axiom, aka the people that own Gorilla Tag. So, if this goes well, in quotation marks, with Gorilla Tag, then they will probably be implementing it into Orion Drift. That is speculation, that is not a fact. Now, I saw a lot of you guys talking about wanting to just buy.
Okay, so if Orion Drift does do this, I might have to boycott Orion Drift as well because of everything about, that KID thing. That does not sit well with me. I think it's a very suspicious company. I don't think that it's how it should be, like Discord's handling it well. And they're getting praised for using KID, for starting to use KID, but Gorilla Tag, there's 100 videos on Gorilla Tag is dying, Gorilla Tag hate Gorilla Tag is the same anymore. There's Gorilla Tag is stealing your information. It's all of them. This game is, unless tomorrow is when they say they're implementing the KID thing into Gorilla Tag. So today is everybody's last day to enjoy Gorilla Tag for what it was. By the way, if you do the KID thing, you will get 500 shiny rocks. 500. They're stooping to a new low. That's barely anything. At all. It's like nothing.
I pass the age rating. Why can't I just set my thing to high and call it a day? Well, that is not how that works. Gorilla Tag has tons of different background checks they can do. Basically, if they catch you lying about your age, it has been apparently rumored, you'll be banned on the spot. And I use the word rumored right there. How's that? And no, a voice changer will not work either. Stop saying that. Now, I saw a lot of confusion about people saying they didn't get KID or they bypassed KID or something like that. Guys, KID does not release until May 19th. I made my video in advance to get people aware about KID. So, basically, KID, or at least the test phase, will happen on May 19th. Some players will be able to do it, and if they do it early, they get the ops. They basically get 500 shiny rocks, which I think is so low for what they're making you do. That is just my opinion. Okay, to end off this video, I just want to give a big thank you for 4,000 subscribers. I have been stuck at 3,000 for...
Okay, yeah. Let's just, okay. I spelled upload wrong. Hooray. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's insane. I mean, I can't really believe it. Oh, yeah, Animal Company is it's gonna be the top VR game if Gorilla Tag, actually does that. It's Animal Company's going to the top, straight to the top. So, I mean, that's great. I can't believe that. I can't believe that happened. It's just they're going under fire for what's going on, and they completely deserve to go under fire for this, because this is terrible. You can't just, for a game mostly popularized, that's not a, wait, popularized. Oh, it is a word. Let's go. If it's popularized by children and you're implementing KID to where parents need to use their ID and their facial recognition, it's gonna be just terrible, I don't know. Here, wait, let 0 view. Wow, that is expected. I am a very small YouTuber, but here, let's go Gorilla. Oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Gorilla Tag KID ID. Gorilla Tag KID. Look at this. All of these videos. all of this. What? Why isn't my mouse working? Okay. That's no. Almost all of these are just. It's so disturbing. On this situation here, let's look at the job.
Are you a Roblox fanatic?
Posted by
Microsoft Rewards has a brand new way for you to earn digital gift cards.
Hello, you absolute monkeys. I have a super important message from another Axiom about KID. KID is a tool being added to Gorilla Tag. It will help everyone have a better, more tailored experience based on
No, it will not. No, it will not.
their age group. You might be asking, what else is in it for me? Well, let me ask you something. Do you like free shiny rocks?
Okay.
Yes. Everyone who completes the KID process early gets 500 shiny rocks for free. To do it, just follow these steps. Open your game and you might see a screen that gives you two options. One is to opt in
You can do this later, but it's
right away
probably
and
not
you get
really.
500
I
shiny
have no
rocks.
clue.
The other is to do it later, just in case you really want to play and you can't be bothered. Once you click opt in, you'll be asked to enter your age. It's important to provide your actual age so you get the right experience for you. After you enter your age, you may get a screen that lets you ask for permissions. Here you can enter a parent or guardian's email. This will allow them to manage permissions in-game for things like custom names, voice chat, groups, and access to Virtual Stump. Make sure to let your parent or guardian know to check their email after you have it sent. This is where they'll be able to manage permissions. And there you go. That's how you get your...
Whenever I first saw this video, I was like, "Oh, nice, cool. I like that. I like it." But now that I've seen all the other videos, let's. PiggyTune made a, and they haven't deleted the comment. Oh my gosh! Y'all don't want to do this to yourselves, Gorilla Tag. Sam Gaming 01 even. Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay. It should have been at least 1K shiny rocks. Okay, to sum it up, KID is a horrible service and should have never been thought of in the first place. Edit. Okay, before this becomes the most liked comment, let me just say I think they should have handled it better. This comment is slightly satire. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, there. We got that taken care of. If this becomes the most liked comment, I'll be shocked. I'll be very shocked. I feel so bad for this player base now that it's gonna go to 5 in most likely. So, like, KID is a terrible thing. Lemming's response to KID. Okay.
Yep, you read that title right. Lemming responded. What did he respond to exactly? Well, he responded to the concerns about KID. KID is a system that will be implemented on May 19th and will require a parental guardian to scan their face for you to be able to play the game. And they can control what you can do and what you can't do in the game. Okay, I kind of messed up here. You don't only scan your face, you can also do all of these other things, but scan your face is probably the best option because it's just...
What that says is what we read in Persona's video.
Really easy. There was a lot of backlash about this, but Lemming responded, and he even responded to me, so that was cool. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that he responded to was this message.
Okay, so as in at Bob, KID is implemented to protect kids from that stuff. How are any of the given controls meant to enhance the experience for a child? How does it enhance a parent's modification or moderation of a child's online interactions? It doesn't add anything like voice chat log or controls for who you're able to play with, and it doesn't do anything to protect kids from other kids. While adults can be dangerous for influential kids, a person's peers are the biggest influence, and it does nothing to improve any of those issues. All it does, it makes the game. Okay, Drifter J, I would probably fix that right there. Make the game more legally compliant.
In this message, they basically just said, I don't understand why this system is being implemented because the controls given aren't really gonna prevent anything. So Lemming's response to this message was, the current state is that if you are on a parent-managed account, everything is off. Voice chat.
Yeah, that's true. Joining rooms, etc. KID will let parents opt in to enable things that were previously disabled.
At joining rooms, etc. KID will let parents opt in to enable things that were previously always disabled if they want to. And then I said, isn't it a bit overkill to make it a thing for all accounts? It should be a thing only parent-managed accounts should be forced to use. Lemming responded to me and said, I'm not sure what you mean. There are a lot of laws and regulations that need to be followed, but not everyone is going to have to provide ID or anything. We're taking the least restrictive posts we can. And then the guy from earlier said, so the whole system is simply to regain previous functionality. And Lemming said, not exactly. Originally, the game was 13 plus, then Meta introduced the concept of child accounts, but those accounts had to be restricted. There are a lot of laws and regulations around how you're supposed to approach this data, which is why it was previously as restrictive as possible. The new system will give parents and guardians the ability to give permissions for things. We didn't have the systems built out for that before. I'm gonna switch hands. And then another guy said, so how does this work? And how we know if we need to verify with our ID? It'll be really straightforward. We did a lot of work to make it as simple as possible. I can't give any specific expectations about a flow you'll encounter. What KID is allowing for is that it'll be more specific for the laws and regulations based on where you are, like different countries have different rules and stuff for who has what restrictions. Somebody said, I don't think KID is that bad of a change, but they said that they felt like it should depend on age. That's how the system is going to work, in that the laws handle different ages differently. The caveat is also dependent on where you are, because the regulations of different places are different, obviously.
Lemming, why? Just put an E and then a space. Why do you have to try and type so fast?
This system will let us follow the laws based on where you are. I forgot I had a mod that just lets it stick to my hands. I didn't even have to be holding down grip. Whatever. So what I said was, what concerns me is this line in the privacy policy, which is this. Now,
Okay, so this is the privacy policy, I think. Yeah, this is the privacy policy. We take steps to ensure that your information is treated securely and accordance with this privacy policy. Unfortunately, no system is 100% secure, and we cannot ensure or warrant that the security of any information you provide to us to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law. We do not accept liability for unauthorized access, use, disclosure, or loss of personal information.
this feels like a big shot in the face for me at the time and for a lot of other people, so I kind of just had to bring it up. But Lemon cleared it up and said this is sort of one of those plain text things. Like, for example, if you go to a grocery store, they're going to do their best to make sure everything is safe and clean, but if a customer spills a drink and somebody else slips on it, that's kind of just a thing that can happen in real life. You can't promise absolutely for certain nothing bad will happen. That said, there are accreditations, whatever they went through, like with the ESRB,
It's accreditation.
that try to make sure they are checked out and things look good. It's a really hard process, and we are working with them because we don't have the expertise ourselves. Somebody said, thanks for clearing it up. You should probably tell the Reddit. And he's like, there's no way to get everybody on the same page, which is true. So now let's do some miscellaneous things. So Avon Creeper asked, I don't even know why I said this. He didn't ask anything. I know you get a bunch of ideas and suggestions, but can we at least get a disable monkey noise option added for both sides? It'll definitely get annoying to hear managed accounts without voice chat constantly making annoying chatter that nobody understands. And I said, one of the things I've been questioning why has been added for the longest time. Monkey noises are kind of unnecessary. And then Lemming said, yeah, but monkeys make noises. It wouldn't really make sense for them to be completely silent. Which I actually kind of agree on. And then the last part was what I asked. And I said, so the update is tomorrow, but it says KID is rolling out on the 19th. Why isn't it rolled out on update day? And he said, because what happened the last time when we tried to do it all at once. We want to make sure our team is ready to handle things and we can respond to any issues. So we're doing it when everyone is available and working, so we don't have people working over the weekend. That's...
Lemming had a pretty good response for this. Here, wait. Let's just, wait. Premiere, more like premiere. Ha 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 ha. Okay, let's tell him what I'm doing. Okay, there. Let's just refresh real quick.
Yep, you read that title right. Lemming responded. What did he respond to exactly? Well, he responded to
Notifications. Yeah, no, nothing. No replies. Okay. Well, that is going to be the end for the video on the KID situation. On the update for it, at the very least. But, bye.